It's recording.
Mm-hmm. Welcome to Awakening Warriors podcast, where we talk about
life, love, lessons, and learning.
Life, learning, lessons, and love. It's been a while since we've introed.
It's been a long time since we fucking done a podcast.
Since we did an intro. I know. How many weeks, probably?
I introduce you to the house every day.
To the house?
Look who has awakened. Yeah, the animals. She has arrived.
You did not say that. Anyway, it's it's definitely been 4 weeks, if not more than that.
Yeah.
But we're back. We were in a busy season, which is an excuse because we could have got it done, but
easily. Yeah.
It just wasn't a priority.
Your priorities were elsewhere, I suppose.
As were yours. Yeah.
So what's happened?
What's been going on in your world?
Oh, let's see. Fuck, man. Since the last podcast, we've probably definitely closed on the Top Hat Motel up in Huron. So it's about a 40-minute drive, and it's a 15, 16 unit hotel, and we acquired that. And then August 1st, I signed a lease for a space called Bullseyes and Birdies, and we developed a company for axe throwing and golf simulation, and we officially did the soft opening yesterday, and it went extremely well. So brought on a partner 2 weeks ago, so basically yeah, a week or two ago, at the last minute. So yeah, I mean, it's been a very busy but productive time in our lives. So working long days and weekends and just kind of getting shit done. So we did that last night, and literally I woke up and I was just like, ah.
I'm so happy to be on the other side of that.
Yeah. Like, I was busting balls to get shit done. I was like rushing hardcore and, like stressing because there's just so many things to figure out and so many things to get done. And, because it's just even beyond the physical stuff, the loans and getting the POS system set up. I mean, it's just insurance, TVs, and employees, and like there's just, when you start a business, there's just so many fucking things you have to figure out, and find out who to call and figure out who to do and shit like that.
Who to do?
Yeah, who to do.
Who to do?
So yeah, and we're just on the other side of that. Everything's pretty much figured out, and so this morning when I woke up, I was just like, holy shit, like, this is a whole different thing. And I'm guessing that's probably why I couldn't sleep. It was a huge contribution why I couldn't sleep, because my mind was just racing so much, Normally I'm pretty even-keeled and level-headed, but just in the busy seasons of life, I have a tendency to... My mind's always trying to solve the problem, so I can't get it to shut the fuck off, So... because it's always like, how am I going to do that? And then you just wake up in the middle of the night. The funny thing is, like, Phil, you remember when Phil would mention that at, like, breakfast and stuff? Like, he'd, like, have something to do with contracting or something. He's not sure how he's going to do it. And you just wake up in the middle of the night and figure out how to do it. And, like, same fucking shit. Exact same shit. There's really no difference. It's just, like, my mind is constantly going in order to figure out how to solve those problems, because... that's what our minds were developed to do, solve problems.
Yeah. So, still some stuff to, like, figure out with that, but definitely, like, with the business, but definitely, like, one big part of it complete.
Yeah.
And we had people there, and had kind of like our test run for stuff, which was good. So
yeah, everything operated well. And
it was
really good. So
people are excited.
yeah.
So yeah.
And so I'll touch base on like even why I started that, because I think this year particularly I've kind of had like a epiphany, and hey,
Oscar was playing with her, I think.
at 30 years old, or right before, or right after, I'm not really sure, I figured out what I wanted to do essentially. Because everybody's like, oh, follow your passion, and people are like, oh, your passion's probably lifting or fitness and blah blah blah, and I'm like, no, it's really not though. I don't really love any of that shit. I do it for health and aesthetics, and outside of that, I don't really care. So we started the Rowdy Ram, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like this is how we did it. We did it from ground up, and I was basically like, I just led that whole thing, that whole process, and I'm like, well, I can fucking do this again.
Like the build out and all of that.
Yeah, the build out and getting contractors there in order to do certain stuff, and like I was essentially just like, I led the whole thing and guided it along. And so I happened to see an opportunity here in Mitchell, and they're starving for attention. Attention. Well, some people are starving for attention, but entertainment. And people are starving for entertainment. And outside of like bowling in the movie theater, there's really not really much for people to do, for families to do. And I was just like, what the fuck? Well, I'm going to do axe throwing. And then axe throwing evolved into the golf simulation. And then basically here we are now today, because I saw a need in the community, and I was just like, well, I can fill that need. So I just started, putting shit together. And when I tell people that story, it's really interesting, because it's just like anytime I start doing random things, like running 100 miles or 50 miles or whatever else, they're like, what the fuck? Like, you just like decided to do this, and like 3 months later it's to fruition, And yeah, I don't know, it's just weird because not many people think like that, and I don't know, I think I'm just too stupid to care, like I don't care that I don't have a passion.
Ready, fire, aim kind of stuff.
Yeah, because when I started this, I didn't really have any necessary plan. I didn't know how to build the axe bays or anything. And like we're like, oh, I fucked up here, so now we have to make up for it.
There were like things that like way after we'd already completed like this major step, like, oh shoot, we should have done this first and then did all this.
Yeah.
Well, now I gotta figure out what to do, cause
it's the first time I've ever done it. Like if I would have done it again, I would have done certain things in different orders. It all worked out, and it's all fine now, but in that process, it was very stressful because I caused myself a problem, and I had to figure out how to fucking go back without undoing the work and redoing the work in order to solve that problem.
After he was told, and I don't know, obviously there's so many skills going to being an entrepreneur, but like after you were told that, he was like, you're screwed. Like, I don't know what you're going to do, you're screwed. And you like get hung up from that phone call, and you're like, there's gotta be a way. There's always a way. I just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, there's always a fucking way. I'm like, yeah, I didn't do it how he would have done it, but I'm like, and I'm talking to the professional axe guy, and I'm just like, there's a fucking way. I'm like, there's always a fucking way. Fuck him. I'll fucking figure it out. And I mean, we did, and here we are, and everything worked out great. But, but yeah, go ahead.
Have you got to your passion or whatever?
My passion is essentially, I think, just kind of building businesses, and like, because I don't necessarily want to do the same shit every day. Like, I don't want to go out and get a fucking job. I don't want to run a gym. I don't want to, I don't want to do that stuff. Essentially, I just want to build businesses, I think, and I want to just maybe even, eventually sell them and go on from there. But it's so, I feel like it's so easy. I feel like this is gonna be like kind of like shooting fish in a barrel. To be honest, like there's literally no other options. There's like, you got an hour away for one way and 40 minutes the other way, and I heard those suck dick anyways. There's 2 bays. I only have 2 bays, but I'm going to be set up way differently in a lot of sense. I'll have the axe throwing as well. So I just, like...
Well, that makes me just think, I just read it the other day, I think, but like luck is, what is it, when preparation meets...
opportunity.
Yeah, because there's like you're going into it and like putting in the time and the effort, but there's also like where we moved and the time and like all of that also worked out well.
For sure.
Like had we been living in Michigan still, this would not probably have been a business that you would have ventured into.
No, not at all.
Because the opportunity there is so different than where we live now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's so interesting just seeing that, because I feel like ideally I should be more comfortable doing it in my home state where I have more resources, I have a bigger network, I have more support, but at the end of the day, I felt more comfortable here because of the opportunity and like the need for it, There's fucking probably, like in Grand Rapids, there's probably like 4 or 5, just like there is in Sioux Falls, axe throwing places or golf simulation places, and here there's nowhere, and I'm like, fuck, this place is going to support 8 gas stations with 15,000 people. I'm pretty sure they can fucking support one business with fucking axe throwing and golf simulation. And my axe throwing is way better than the fucking shit in Sioux Falls, because I actually have the projectors and the end grain targets, and like, we built this shit out to the T's in order to make sure that people would want to come back and want to play different games. So you can play tic-tac-toe, Connect 4, fucking with a target, shoot for zombie heads, duck hunter, shit like that. And yeah, it worked out great. The feedback was great. But it goes back to, I'm bringing it back to, if you just look for opportunity, because that's all I'm really looking for. I'm just constantly looking for opportunity. What does the community need? What do people need? And I know a ton of stuff. I can fucking tell you a bunch of stuff that people need, like books and fucking education and shit like that, but I can't force that upon them. Give the people what they want. They want booze and to be entertained. If that's what they want, I'll fucking get it, I wouldn't mind starting up like some sort of, I don't know, something to do with like personal development wise, but right now I just don't see the fucking want, So there's a big need for it, but people just don't want it, and they just want to stick in their same patterns, and they don't want to, look at the shadows that, their dark side, and it is what it is. So, now I'm just looking for the next opportunity now that this is full circle. So, I haven't even officially opened yet, but I'm still open to ideas. So if you guys got anything, let me know.
Circle-ish.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm in part of this co-starters group thing, and fuck, man, it's not really. I don't know. It's like so. Like just bullshit stuff. Like it's so stupid, in my personal opinion, right now. Like I understand it's like all technical, and they're like, oh, here's your target market, blah blah blah. Like, but I'm just like. Yeah, this is like fucking basic level shit.
It's like a business.
It's a business,
by the way.
Class. Yeah, and I'm hoping it gets better. But right now, I just feel like it's 3 hours of my week every week, and I'm just like, dude, this is so dumb. I'm like, some of these people, and it's just like some of these people's problems are like so like lame. Like,
well, and I think like
fuck, dude.
Because
you can't overcome that. Go ahead.
Judging and complaining. You've done a lot, I think, is where like the disconnect, like you have a hard time connecting with these people in this group because they're, I think it sounds like anyway, like haven't done a lot, and so they have all these reservations and doubts and this and that, where you, back to like the ready, aim, fire, have a lot of times just like head first, diving into this thing. I don't even necessarily know exactly how to do a lot of it, but like, let's go. And because of that, you've gained a lot of like experience and business experience and just like figuring things out experience, and I don't know, I think it just sounds like...
I think a lot of it comes for ignorance. Ignorance is my best friend and my worst enemy. Because when I do these things, I'm like, well, fuck it, I'll just figure it out. But then, of course, I don't know how to I don't know the answer, and it doesn't flow. Nothing in business just flows. It doesn't the only thing that flowed was Derek. That was the first thing that actually flowed in this fucking whole thing.
And your space.
Yeah, to a degree, I almost fucking lost it. Jesus Christ, what do you mean? I still almost fucking lost the space before I even had it assigned officially. You know?
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
it's just business. If you're going to start a business, it's essentially problem solving. If you can be a good problem solver, you have no problem. You won't have a problem starting a business. But you have to be willing and able to manage that stress that you're getting, because nothing will go your way immediately. It's always going to be a problem. It's like, oh, I'm stumped on this problem. What do I do? Oh, okay, cool. I got that solved. Oh, next problem. Okay, now what do I do with this fucking problem? You know, and when you're doing it like I'm doing it specifically, it's a little more challenging because you're solving problems at all different levels. You're solving marketing problems. You're solving the construction problems. You're not just saying, hey, the builder, because, someone with the right amount of money, which people do have, they'll just say, go build that for me. I could have just paid Larry to build it. It took care of all my fucking problems. And that's what you're doing when you hire an employee or when you hire somebody out. You're hiring someone to solve your problems. You don't know how to build that deck. Here's the money. Solve my problem. Problem gone. Deck there. You know what I mean? So, but when you're doing it the way I'm doing it, unfortunately, you have to solve the contractor's problems, and then you have to solve the fucking, employee hiring problems, and then you have to solve the, you name it here. So, which is unfortunate, but it's also it's where you start. Eventually, when you have so much money, you'll just start paying other people to solve your problems, So, for instance, when we hire a manager, we are going to hire a manager and pay them to solve our problem. Problem is, I don't want to be there every day to manage it. I don't want to talk to the employees, every day and make sure they're doing their stuff. I don't want to schedule the employees. I don't want, order the beer. So here, that's my problem. Solve it. And that's how that works. Any questions? You guys, man.
That was a thumbs up.
Business 101. Yeah, CoStarter's I understand where they're coming from, and it's, for some people it may be a really good course, but for me, as of right now, we've only done 2. I'm just dude, this is so lame. I don't know. Just who's your target character, target avatar, whatever else. Who's your target market? And draw a picture of it. How will that person look? And I'm this is fucking stupid.
You're manifesting, or they are. You already have your target market, but...
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, but it's not even, I don't know. My target market's just so easy. Finding target markets are really easy. Depends on the activity who your target market is. Name a fucking activity and I'll tell you who your target market is, without even having to think about it. It's not challenging. So, but, for instance, I'll make this semi-business related podcast. So originally,
I brought somebody to sleep.
So originally,
this is great. It's riveting.
This motherfucker.
I'm just sleepy.
So originally this was going to be an axe throwing business, and I was gonna put arcades in the front room, and I had talked to people about doing pinball and arcade machines. You're gonna piss me off.
It's good when you're entertaining. Keeps me engaged.
So then I was talking to Austin, and in passing he mentioned golf simulation. Not even necessarily recommending it to me, but then I just kind of put off a light bulb, and I was ding! And then
your light bulbs make noises.
Yeah. And I'm the dick, really. I'm the fucking asshole. Fucking stupid.
That's what I said. It's so funny. People think you're so whatever, and then sometimes I'm just so attitudey and bitchy, and I'm if they would have just heard me say that.
They're fucking stupid, anyways.
Anyway, okay. Light bulb went off. Zing.
Ding. So the light bulb went off, and I was fuck, dude, that's a great idea. So then axe throwing turned into golf simulation, and then golf simulation turned into multi-sport simulation, because and I it's funny how it all led. You just kind of in business, you gotta kind of just let things happen to some degree, Like you gotta work with it. You gotta care, but not too much. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do axe throwing and arcade, and then it was like, okay, cool. Now I'm doing golf simulation. And so then I started talking to the dudes about golf simulation, and then I said, oh, we also have a multi-sport that we can do too. And I said, ooh, that sounds like a really good idea. So then I started looking at people's golf simulators, and a lot of people, it was like, it was so-so. But I was like, dude, if I had a golf or a multi-sport simulator in there, that would expand my target market. I'm like, now I'm talking kids and stuff, because younger kids do not want to, most don't want to golf and stuff, but they do like dodgeball, soccer, fucking baseball, hockey, bowling, foot golf, so that they do like that. So I was like, okay, cool, that would expand my target market, that would expand who uses it in the community, and that would solve even more people's problems, essentially, because now they can take their kids to this place, and hang out with them for an hour or whatever, bonding time. It's very inexpensive and shit like that, and have fun. So I decided to add that. Of course, that added more expense, and but as long as you run the numbers, I mean, you think about like how wide of a span is that gonna add to your target market. So it's, I don't know. But anyway, so I was only originally going to do one, because the guy was like, hey, only start out with one, because I would only start out with one, because then, if people like it, then you can always add another one down the road. Well, then I was talking to Jeff Sands, and he was like, oh, well, are you going to do leagues? You should do, you should also do like a multi-sport league. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's a good idea. And I'm like, well, if I do a multi-sport league, then I'm going to definitely want two. I can't just have one of those. So then I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, then I gotta add another one. So we added the other one on top of it. So yeah, and honestly, that was probably a bigger hit than the golf was last night. So and it's funny, this partner that I brought on at the last minute, he was very like standoffish on the multi-sports. He was like, well, if we don't even have to have them up and running the first couple weeks or month or whatever, it's no big deal. And I'm like, no, I want those motherfuckers running now. That's why I originally called you. I'm like, we need that going. I'm like, I definitely want those going before a couple weeks. I'm like, by the soft opening would be ideal. So yeah, and I mean, it turned out great. He said he was highly impressed with them. I mean, they're pretty accurate, and it's been good. So, fuckers.
Stop it. We're not playing.
So yeah, I mean, that's kind of been my life for the past
2.5 months.
2.5 months, yeah.
I know. I just thought about that. Like, we're gonna have time on the weekend. Whoa! Like, because it was always just work.
Yeah, and like that's my philosophy. Like, like we all have seasons in life. Like, we all have fucking winters and summers and springs. And right now, this was like I don't know what this was.
Would it be spring because you're like in growth?
Yeah, probably. So, but like you'll have.
It's just definitely a busy season. Like I've been saying that. Like we've been in a busy season.
Yeah, all summer we've been in a busy season. We're cleaning the yard, did the sprinklers, and then we switched gears from the sprinklers. That's why the sprinklers never got finished, because I was like, fuck this, I'm paying on this building. I'm not going to keep diddle-dallying over here on something that can get done later and fucking, paying $50 a day for it to sit empty. Like, fuck that. That's a horrible idea. It's a horrible business model.
Because even then, our weekends and stuff like that were filled with digging trenches and whatever. Filling the trenches and oh my gosh, and then it rained and then we had to redig them.
Yeah. So, yeah, life's about to get a lot more chill. I mean, obviously we have this to operate and stuff, and but I'm not too concerned about it. It's not going to be that challenging.
It's such good timing because we're like going into fall and winter, which is like a very that's like a contracting time. Like people go inside, people do less. Like except a bunch of them are going to go to B&B all the time. So
yeah, 100%. Yeah, everybody's gonna. Well, there's nothing else to do outside, so guess what? They're going. I'm opening at literally almost the perfect time. If ideally, I think I would have liked to open probably 2 weeks ago officially, but this is a great time to start opening this business.
You'll have a good Q4. That's the fourth quarter, right, of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I wish we could like do this live and like have people ask questions and stuff.
Yes, you.
Yes, you. I was talking to
Have you
like
thought about it ahead of time? We could have.
Yeah.
Like a live virtual.
yeah, for sure.
We just wanted to get back on here though, in general.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason why we should have been on here, and also
Yeah. I just
this
had
is
an
a
it was an excuse.
Daddy is talking. Good job.
That's annoying. That's not even funny.
That's funny to me.
What are you trying to do?
Let's see. Yeah, so that's why we haven't been on, because we're lazy and
We're not lazy though. We just didn't prioritize. That's a difference. It doesn't make you lazy.
fine, I'll accept that. That is accurate, but yeah, just to make it a priority. We're making other things priorities, and so yeah, it's been good. So, and we have a lot more. Shoot, we still got work to do up in Huron. We got to remodel some of those things and get all that done. So that's no big deal compared to what we just did. So
Seriously.
this is gonna be cakewalk. So also I'll talk about real quick, because it's a huge part of the business side of things, is when. So this gentleman reached out to me via Facebook and said, "Hey man, I saw you're doing this Bullseyes and Birdies thing. Do you need any help with it? Shoot me a call." So shot him a call, touched base with him. You know, he loves golf. He's got a passion for golf simulators. They're fun for him. He builds them for other people and stuff. And I said, no, unfortunately I don't really need you to build it, because I already have these people coming from Minnesota to build it for me, and they're literally leaving today, and I already paid them like a week ago. So basically, they came, they installed it, they did a great job, and then it turns out they just misplaced the multi-sports, which is why I reached out to Derek. His name is Derek. And I said, "Hey man, the multi-sports are messed up. Is that something you can fix for me?" And he said, "I don't really know anything about the multi-sports, but I can surely try." I said, "Okay, sounds good." And honestly, I probably could have fixed it, but I had so many other things to do. Like I that wasn't my strong suit. I would rather just pay someone to solve my problem. You know, like it would have taken me a lot of time. Like, dude, some of the things that he was doing specifically, like like solving the problem for the monitors. It was so easy for him, I felt like. I would have stressed out, I would have sat on it and thought on it for fucking days and like being like, how the fuck am I gonna do this? And it probably would have been half-assed, and fuck, he got no problem, but he's got a little more knowledge around projectors and stuff too. Like, so that definitely helps. But it was so nice because I didn't have to stress out about that stuff, and I'm just like, man, I would literally, I know myself well enough, and that's when in business you have to be self-aware of what your strong suits are and what your what your abilities are.
And Milet was just saying that, like, the most successful people he knows are the most self-aware.
Yeah, exactly. I knew that wasn't my strong suit, and so anyways, because those guys misinstalled my multi-sports, right, I was forced, to a degree, to reach out to Derek. And Derek, so we also revisited the conversation because he wanted to get involved. And so he was like, "Hey man, are you sure you don't want any help with this? You know, I can definitely help you, blah, blah, blah." And he like did a business proposal, a partner proposal, whatever you want to call it. And I said, "Man, this guy's fucking put together. He's already had plenty of success. He's not in need. And he, you know, just, he compliments me very well, and he works his fucking ass off. It's so nice to see somebody move the same way I move." I was literally telling her that yesterday. Or the other day. Yeah, yesterday. I was like, "You see how fucking fast he does things? Like, he moves. He's like, he's not in a rush, but he's like intentional. He's in a hurry, kinda. Like, he just does it like
Urgency.
urgency. There we go. Yeah, urgency. He has urgency to get things done. He's not just dilly-dallying, fucking around, taking his time. Like, he's like, all right, let's get in, let's get it done, let's get out, And I'm like, fucking A, I like that energy. Like, that is so nice to have. Otherwise, I'll watch other people and it'll fucking drive me nuts, especially if I'm paying them. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. I'm like, you're just milking the clock. You're being fucking lazy. I'm like, you could do that a lot faster. Not this dude. So, anyways, revisited the conversation, and he's interested and has the abilities to do things that I don't necessarily want to do, like the social media and the ads and the videos and stuff like that. That's what his skill set is. He has the passion for golf. So basically, at the last minute, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Why not? I mean, because originally I told him no. I'm like, dude, I'm like 2 weeks from having this done. And I'm like, oh, I'm good. But, there's also the other side of building the business is actually running the fucking business. So you have to keep that in mind. And I was like, you know what? He's going to be a great asset. I think the partnership will be complimentary, and it'll go really well. So, yeah. But it's funny how God, the universe, whatever. I'm just gonna say God because I like the word God personally. God puts those like things in your path. Like I thought that was it was a problem, but like that the multi-sports weren't done, and then because I had that problem, we revisited a conversation, that I had turned down originally. Like, so God presented the opportunity for me at first, and then I was like, nah, I'm good, God, thanks though, I appreciate it. And then
except you weren't. You're just like, no, bro. To Derek.
Is this your story or my story?
Well, it's not the Montana podcast. You need some feedback. Continue.
Fuck. Anyways, so I was like, no, God, I'm good. I don't really want a partner right now. And then, so God was like, oh, I'm going to fucking cause this problem. And then, are you sure you don't want a partner? Are you sure? And then I was like, you know what? You bring up a lot of good points. And so I was like...
Yeah, and that's more accurate to that one.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It's funny because he just came out of nowhere and he was like, hey man, you want a partner? I was like, I don't fucking know you. Who the fuck is this guy? No, I'm good.
He's kind of like you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think we have...
And a little tamer, I think, which is good, too.
Yeah, what she says comes with age, but I don't think that'll come with my age. Why are you so fucked up today, bro?
I don't know. Things are funny when you say that.
Jesus.
Life's a comedy. Don't take it so seriously.
I'm not.
I know.
Question.
I know. That was
Jesus.
more of like
Calm down.
That was more of like a...
Calm down.
Listen.
Calm down.
Mommy is talking.
Calm down.
I was just like backing up my life's a comedy thing. I wasn't actually telling you that.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting to see how this all unfolded, and it's been fun. I'm excited to go on this new venture and get this done. And like I said, when I woke up, I was just like, oh, I don't have things to think about. For the most part, my problems are solved and all the work is done. And like, fuck yeah, that's so great. So, because the last 10 weeks have been very like go, like solve, and now I'm just like, fuck yeah. Now I can kind of coast. I'm back to kind of.
That's
like
what just got in my
again.
brain, like a little bit of like chill after the push.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
And that's how it goes.
If you think of a good need in Mitchell, or a good business in general, that the world needs.
Being a entrepreneur's wife, I don't know why I gave it an accent. That's like kind of how it goes. Like there's like this not mad rush, but like kind of. There's just like a lot of effort and time and stress on your part, which I recognize that you handled your stress along this entrepreneurial venture better than you have any other one. I think you're getting the hang of it.
God, I feel like I'm in the big boys game now. Like, I have a brick and mortar now. That's weird. I mean, even when I had to sign leases, I still could have just fucking, like, it's not that big of a deal, like, to have that lease. Like, now I have an actual brick and mortar, and customers come into my fucking business, and, like, it's a full-fledged, like, big boy business.
Yeah.
So, it's not just flipping cars or redoing houses and stuff like that. So, I mean, technically, Rowdy Ram is a big boy business, but it's just not the same because, I'm, like, a very small percentage in that in comparison to what I am in this. So,
oh yeah, it's like a group.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of other people in that to take the failure as well. So, yeah, we made fucking leaps and bounds and strides this month, dude. Like, it's been crazy. October's been a big ass month for us. Well, yeah, at least the past 2 weeks because we closed. I think it was the 28th.
Same.
We closed on.
Top Hat.
Yeah, at the Top Hat, and then the 14th was the soft opening, so 2 weeks. So, Jesus.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Now it's time to chill and collect checks for a while. I'm ready to go to fucking Mexico.
You over your mouth breathing about it.
I'm slightly congested. But okay, I think that's it. That's what I want to do. We can talk about,
Remember those words?
yeah. Next time we can talk about people, place, and things. I think that would be another good topic to talk about. People, place, and things.
People, place, and things.
Yeah, nouns, people, places, and things. Isn't that what nouns are? People, places, and things. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Alright. Well, if you enjoyed the podcast,
She knows we're wrapping up, so let's go.
feel free to give it a share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, add us as a friend, shoot us questions and topics. I feel like we're, I don't know, I feel like we go over some of the same topics a lot. Obviously, like, life overlaps, but I'd really, I want to know what people are struggling with. Because, like, some things are just so easy to me. Like, fucking just saying fuck it to the wind and starting a business. I have nothing to
To the wind?
Yeah, throwing it to the wind and saying fuck it and not knowing what I'm doing in a particular business. Derek showed me how little I knew about fucking computers and the system. People would be like, how do you do this? And I'm like, I start playing with it and trying to figure it out and fuck shit up, and I'm like, I'll go get Derek.
I would like say,
Derek,
I would like try a little bit, because I'm like, it can't be that hard. And then I was like, what is happening? I didn't even know there were 2 screens, so I'm like trying to get this one out.
He made it more complicated as fuck. I think it was easier.
Oh, battery's dying.
I think it was easier before he made it 2 screens. But I was like, how do I get that screen up there now? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I want that screen to switch.
Either way.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Another thing Ed Milet said was, subscribe. That really helps us be able
to help more people.
Yeah, to get our message out and something like that. I don't remember.
I got a message for people.
Okay, we'll save that for another time. Okay, for real though, thanks for being here. I hope you loved the Montana show today. I hope I could be helpful here or there.
You kept laughing at what I said. You're fucking.
I know. I'm tired today too, so it was good.
We should have done it this morning. I was in a better,
I know, you were
fired
ready.
up mood. I was ready to go this morning. I missed the boat.
I asked you, I said for real, and you said no, not right now.
Yeah, because I was like kind of trying to cater to you, but I shouldn't have.
Yeah, I would. If you were serious, you know
Yeah,
I
but I was
would've.
trying to be nice and cater to you.
So it's my
I'm always
fault
thinking
that
of
you chose not
I'm always
to.
thinking of you.
Okay, we gotta go. Our laptop's dying. So thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
We'll catch you. I did say that to you. Thanks for being here.
You're
We'll
welcome.
catch you next week.
Is that a promise?
No.
All
We'll
right.
catch you next episode. But probably. Okay. Bye.
See ya.